Hey guys, so this is how I think Spurs could return to the Champions League where they were a few seasons ago when they had Pochettino as their manager, where they lost to Liverpool in the final, and ever since then it's gone downhill for them. But we're not going to talk about that because I'm a Liverpool fan and I'll get happily carried away talking about Origi's absolute screamer from like 15 yards out bottom right corner past this man right here, Hugo Lloris. But anyway, back to the video. This is how I think Spurs should line up to return to Champions League, like top four and that. Obviously, you're not going to challenge for the league anytime soon, but this is how I think they could rebuild and return to the top four. So starting with the front line of Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura as a centre forward, and Steven Bergwijn. Okay, people may think I'm just a FIFA player or just crazy trying to think that would work, but honestly, I really do think that would work. The pace in that attack, I know these are special cards, so that's not actually their pace, but they're all pretty fast players. Heung-min Son and Moura, maybe even rotate them two. I've only got them like that for chemistry reasons, and yeah, I don't know why it would just aggravate me if the chemistry is low. But yeah, you can rotate them round. Son is the centre forward and Moura on the wing, or Bergwijn is a centre. Any of them can play as centre forward, and any of them can play on the wing. So that's why I think that would work so well. They can all rotate with each other during the match, and that if they want to as well. With a creative midfield behind them with Lo Celso and Ndombele, and then Højbjerg just to drop back and help out the defence. Where you got Reguilon, one of the best left backs in the league in my opinion. Sanchez, I reckon, will start for Spurs, considering they've sold Toby Alderweireld, so they're going to have to replace him with a new centre-back. And Joe Rodon, I just put in there because he's played a few games for Spurs. And I've put Doherty at right wing back, or right back, with Højbjerg dropping back a bit, because Nuno's played with him before, and as Nuno's the manager, not played with him before, managed him before, you know what I mean. And Nuno probably has a lot of trust in Doherty, so I reckon Doherty will start for you this season in Spurs. And then in goal, it will still be Big Hugo, although you have signed Golini on a loan to buy from Atalanta. And yeah, same as Brian Gill you signed. I'm not sure if he's going to play much this season as he's only quite young, but he could rotate with that front three, like I've said before. Ali could slot in as a centre mid or centre forward. Skip, obviously, decent class player for Norwich last season, helped get them back to the Premier League, and he can slot in at CDM if Højbjerg needs a break or whatever. Sissoko I've just put in there because needed to fill your bench with current Spurs players, and yeah, I don't know. I know a ton of Spurs fans do not rate what's his name, Winks, so I'll just put Sissoko in there because he was class for you a few seasons ago. Not so much anymore, but yeah, a bit of deadwood now. He's getting old, but obviously need to replace him. And Aurier is the substitute right back slash full back. Tanganga is world class substitute at centre back because he's got pace in him and he's just fresh legs. Second half of a match or whatever. And Golini, I don't reckon he'll start. I reckon he'll be on the bench most of the season, play Carabao Cup. But I don't know, he's a younger option than Lloris, I believe. He's quite a lot younger. Yeah, he's quite a bit younger, to be fair to him. He's only like 24, I think, or something like that. Alright, and then these players here in the reserves are players I think Spurs should sign, slash in Harry Kane's case, try to keep. I know it's rumoured he's been fined for skipping training earlier on today at the time of recording. Well, technically it's yesterday at the time of recording, because we're recording at 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, apparently he's been fined for skipping training, so I'm not sure that's going to make him very happy now, is it? But he can afford it easily. He's on good wages at Spurs, so yeah. Heavily linked with City though, so it's going to be hard for Spurs to keep City away from him, because obviously he'll want trophies at his age in his career. But we'll see what happens with that, so that's why Kane's there. But for now we are going to remove him, because I'm not sure if he'll stay. Personally, I don't think he will. So yeah, they'll need to get a backup or replacement striker, as I've got here with Vlahovic, a player that actually linked with, I've probably messed the pronunciation of that name up horribly, but they're heavily linked with him in real life. Same with Danny Ings and a couple striker options. And then Renato Sanchez I've put there instead of Sissoko pretty much. I reckon that would be a good sign for Spurs to be fair. Young, talented midfielders, so Sissoko can go. And then, yeah, obviously for Vlahovic, I reckon he'll be on... he won't be on the bench though, because you're going to need a winger on the bench. That's why I've got Adama Traore, another player that Nuno's played with before. He's got pace, good off the bench for Spurs. I reckon. I don't think he'll start over that front three. That front three would be sensational in my opinion. Yeah, I don't see him starting in that. Coming off the bench though, with his pace, fresh pair of legs, that'll work pretty well. But Brian Gill, why am I trying to get rid of him? I reckon he'll be like rotation player still, maybe. I don't know. Then Romero, he'd be class to go in that back line. Slit it in right there against Sanchez and Doherty, or the other side, it doesn't really matter. And when Golini plays, that would work pretty well because obviously they both play together at Atlanta, so they'll know each other's games pretty well, and Golini will know when Romero's on and vice versa. They can communicate well, and I'm sure they'll have chemistry, quite literally. But yeah, that's how I think Spurs could return to the Champions League. Let me know what you think down below, and try not to slate me too much for this front three. I just personally reckon it would work if Kane leaves. So yeah, peace out, guys.